Welcome back to Bourbon Kingdom Advent Day 9. I'm almost running out of hands, so
I have to start using toes.
I know, have to.
All right, so Dave and I finally decided, because he's scared of losing a good bottle. So what we are going to do...
And I was severely handicapped last week.
Severely. So let the record show, Court, that I offered to totally wipe all the points off and let him have from a clean slate and us go. But he said no.
I don't think that that's fair because even though I was handicapped, he still was kicking my anus. So
beating him like a drum.
Yeah,
but maybe I just had the right guesses, the right whiskey in front of me. Like maybe
one of them he did get 2 points for being the best of the worst, but he was still the best of the worst, and so that is what it is.
So what we're gonna do is the person who loses has to do a flight from the other person. So basically, we'll just have a trash flight set up for somebody on, for the loser.
Yeah.
But to make it more fair, I'll give him 10 additional points of what he has. So now it'll actually be 21-18.
21-18. Look, woo woo. I guessed a couple bottles off air and I did open a bottle of my own that he really wanted to try, so I feel like he's being generous. So
that's true. You all haven't seen the review yet, but once you do, you'll know, and it is beautiful.
And no, it's not the King of Kentucky.
Never. All right, we ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, here we go. We're on day 9, and I'm going to pour this mug in. By the way, we really do appreciate all the pours that have been given to us because, truthfully, they've all been good. They have. So there's no complaining whatsoever about them because it does no good to complain. So the score is 21-18, or I think that's what he said, 21-18. Right away. Has a dusty smell to it. I don't get that. You don't get that very often. There's a couple of bourbons out there, a couple of whiskeys out there that have a dusty smell to them. It's not an overwhelming nose. I don't think anything stands out necessarily. It's got a little bit of sweetness on the nose. Gosh, it smells so familiar. I'm going to kick myself because this does smell really familiar. It's got a little bit of a wild turkey smell to me, I think. There's some ethanol in there that smells, but man, it smells like an old dusty for some reason to me. And I don't get to smell a whole lot of old dusties very often. Just had them at a couple of different bars and stuff, but they always smell really interesting to me.
Pro tip: always check the glass, make sure it's clean. Ooh, what is this? And this is fruity. Almost smells finished. Man, what would that be? It smells great.
All right, down the hatch. Now you're going to laugh because in video 8, in day 8, it had a twinge of grape to it, so it made you think hey, this is Buffalo Trace. It did happen to be Buffalo Trace. But this has a twinge of grape in it too. And so, even though it smells like dusty, it has a Buffalo Trace twinge to me on it.
Whatever that is, it smells great. Whoa, that's like a spice explosion. That's incredible. That's really good. I love that. Now, if I love that, oh yeah. Is that spiso? Is that like a from the proof or from being a rye?
Doesn't have a huge long finish to it, which doesn't surprise me. It makes me, again, my proof on the last one was way off. It didn't have. I didn't pay attention to the finish on that last one because I don't feel like the finish came on strong, and I only took like 3 drinks of that one. I think if I would have taken more drinks, I would have realized like the hug on it was real. This one is not. It's got a great color to it. It's
Maybe a rye. Oh man. Now I'm thinking it's a rye. I thought it was maybe like a finished product. I don't know. That's incredible. That's really good. I dig that a lot. I have no idea what that is.
got a kind of like it's drying, a little sweetness, a little more like of a fruity taste to it to me. Um, that grape on it kind of goes away after a few drinks. So don't I don't feel strong about it. I feel like that proof is low hundreds, probably maybe high 90s, low hundreds. And it's got a familiar taste to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna lock in and all that stuff. So all right, I think now see before I go, like that finish is kind of staying with me a little bit longer than I anticipated, and so it makes me think, and it's drying, makes me second guess some things. There's definitely still that grape on the nose again, like coming back to it. All right, I'm done.
I want to guess a rye, but I feel like there's too much. I feel like there's too much fruit on there for it to be a rye. Like maybe a high rye of something. Oh man, this is why I shouldn't have given Dave 10 points. Kidding, just kidding. For the record, I try to even it. Oh, this is hard. This is really good. Whoever sent this is really good. It is hard. It's really hard. It's a little ethanol-y. Makes me kind of. Where's that rye? Man, I am so confused right now. I don't know if that's a high rye mash bill or a rye. Whatever it is, it's great. Could be finished. I'm really all over the place. I have no clue. I am guessing all over the place because I am stumped. Whatever this is, I like.
All right.
So I think this is the hardest one we've done. I'm stumped.
I gotta, and I said this when I was talking. I got a twinge of grape smell again in that,
I didn't get that.
and then it went away. Then it came back. Then it went away. So we'll see how it goes. See, that's very tobacco-y now to me.
Hold on. Is this a bourbon or a rye?
I think it's still a bourbon.
I think it's a finished rye.
Okay.
That's what I think it is.
I enjoyed it.
No, I think it's really good. I think whoever sent this, this is the most hedging I went. Like, you'll look at my proof, age, and like all my stuff, right? The only thing I screwed up was my state. I meant to put Indiana and I put Kentucky. But,
okay. Well,
I'm sticking with Kentucky. That's where I wrote down.
I had no clue the bottle, so I just guessed on a bottle.
I did the same thing.
Yeah,
you'll look, and I did the same thing.
I was just guessing. I kept it all in the same family, but I was still guessing on a bottle. So
that's fair.
I said 112 proof.
I put 125.
Okay.
I'll say this: it's either there's three things going on here. It's either super young, which makes it feel more proofy.
Yeah.
It is either rye with that spice. Oh gosh, I hope. I think it's high proof, but man, now I'm stressed. Like I don't think it is. I don't think it is high proof. I think it's close.
So here's how I felt. I felt like after drinking it 4 or 5 drinks, maybe 6, I can't remember. I didn't think the finish was long at the beginning of it, but when I let go of it and stepped back from it, because I was about to be finished, and then I was like, well, man, that finish on it's a little bit longer and a little bit, got a little more punch to it than I thought, so maybe it's a little bit more than I think. But I still kept it the same, just trying to keep myself in that. So I said 8. Sure. I said 8 year.
I said 4.
Yeah, I said Buffalo Trace.
I said 4 Roses.
I said Kentucky. You said Kentucky.
I said Kentucky as well.
And I just, which this is obviously not right at all. What I guessed was an E.H. Taylor small batch.
No,
it's definitely not. So
no, it's definitely not. I guessed a 48 rye. I guess I would do that Ruby River whatever rye. I'm stumped. It could be so many different things. I feel like, and then you're and tell me something like it's like Forester Runner Brew Rye or something.
Oh,
it's great. Whatever it is, it's great though.
All right, this is from Maddie Lee.
Okay.
It is a Sagamore Spirit Rye.
Okay.
It's 8 years old.
Oh, so that's like the distillery release. I think that's the distillery.
It's an 8-year-old release
because they're not all that old,
and a 114.4 proof.
Oh, so you actually did really well on this one. So you got the age and the proof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Age and proof.
I got nothing. I got a rock.
I got a rock.
It doesn't happen very often where this is. Listen, let's mark this day 9. This will be the only glory that I get that I outscore him, because even on the day 1. We tied in score.
He's being a little aggressive right now.
So
Maddie, this is overall. This is really great.
We love Sagamore Spirit, so there's not a, and I didn't really get the rye to it. That's the thing about it to me is I didn't.
How it sucks.
Yeah, that is. I think we all know that. So all right. So what's the score? 21-20?
It is 21-20.
21-20. Back in the game. Till tomorrow, we'll see you.
Till next time.